What's up, YouTube? Eric here from MajorLeagueTrading.com, and welcome to a special edition of Sunday Stock Talk here. Getting ready for another week in the markets. I want to run through a couple of things in which I'm seeing, a couple of things in which I'm thinking, and ultimately kind of how I think this week may play out, and if it does the thing in which I think it might do, how it is that I would look to react from that. Now, to also put this into perspective, I have really not had a chance to watch this action over the past week. I was gone on vacation, which was really great. It was the first time in which, and I did absolutely nothing in terms of the markets. I didn't place a single trade, do a single thing. I checked quotes, I think maybe like 2 or 3 times throughout the whole entire day. And it was just, each day of the week, and it was great, right? So nice break, nice reset for myself, and kind of coming back into these charts. And the big thing here, I think, just that stands out to me, obviously, is going to be Thursday's action. So, when you look at last week, it's like, okay, cool, Monday, we tried to maybe do a little something, couldn't really do it. We got a big gap down on Tuesday. This did ultimately end up finding a level here at 52.3675s that we had in place. Gave us a pretty decent bounce, almost 30-some points out of that. And then from there, we rallied up. We traded up here towards the 53.05s and down here into 51.91s. But the big day, the big thing on this chart is obviously this move, right? That's what's standing out here. And on Friday, we did something interesting that I didn't necessarily see being the case, which was rally a good portion of that move back, right? If this is 5,300 and this is 5,200, we're at 52.50, so we're right basically in the middle of that entire, gold, I don't even know what you want to call this, the red waterfall of a move to the downside, right? That's actually kind of catchy. I might coin a new technical term, red waterfall. But so that's the first thing that's standing out to me here. And at the moment, what that does is that puts us between levels here, 53.05s down to 51.9175s. And something that I think is interesting here is that we did actually come down here in the after hours and we traded 51.91.50. So just one tick through that level, but we haven't actually been able to trade it, yet in regular trading hours. And that's the same thing with this 51.86 level down here for the S&P. So for me, I think we may have to try lower first in order to really be able to get a rally. Is that this weekly chart here is just not great. We've got this, pretty decent, healthy rally to the upside, and we've maybe started a bit of a pullback. So the question becomes does this ultimately look something like this over here, or does this turn into something like over here and we get, a continued sell-off here in the markets? So my initial thinking is that, yes, we do see a move lower here first, but ultimately what I'm thinking that can do is just come down here and kind of tag these levels, right? 51.9175s, 51.86s. And then from there, as long as we haven't gone too far to the upside yet, right? Meaning we don't come up here and trade, through 53.05s and through 53.17s over here and on up the ladder here. If we don't do that, maybe we recheck, somewhere in like the 52.65 range, and then roll over from there, tag these lower levels, and they can hold, then I think we have longs on the table, right? And if we have longs on the table from there, the targets would be all the way back up here towards 5,300, which was a pretty decent sized move. Now, if we fail just kind of this zone down here of 91s to 86s, somewhere down in there, if we fail that and we really start to get something going to the downside, it could get rather ugly. Now, with that being said, we got to look at some news announcements for the week to kind of start to see how this is going to play out. And ultimately, the decision day, I think, is going to be Wednesday. As you can see, Monday, Tuesday, there's really nothing to look forward to. But then as we get into Wednesday here, you can see that, we've got 8:30 news announcements coming out. We've got some 9:45 stuff coming out of Canada. And then we have the FOMC meeting minutes here at 2 o'clock. But there's a good deal of stuff here coming out at 8:30. And then as we scroll down through the rest, we've got some more 8:30 news and stuff coming out on Thursday. So I think Wednesday, Thursday are going to be some of the better days this week. And that also kind of checks out because I'm going to be off on Thursday and Friday with the last little bit of travel I have here for the month of April coming on Thursday and Friday, and next Monday. But Thursday, probably one of the better days of the week to trade. Now, in looking at that and kind of how I think that kind of sets us up here, Monday could be a little bit slow, and then Tuesday we come down and kind of recheck this area, probably decides to try and hold at that point, and then Wednesday makes ultimately a decision there. Now, if we can come down, hold this on Monday, start to rally, and then Tuesday we get a pretty decent rally to the upside, and Wednesday continues to push that for us, that would also be nice as well, I think here. Now, with all of those things being said, which is just going to be kind of a wait and see game right now. We're stuck pretty much right smack dab, like we talked about, in the middle of these levels. I don't think we can discount the move in gold here. For some reason, the charts are slow, but massive move here in gold. We've gone from on futures basically 2,000 up to 2345s here, so we're approaching like a 20% move out of gold, which is, it's a pretty decent sized move, right? There's nothing, we definitely can't laugh at this move. It's been a nice move, and I think it was my biggest miss of the entire year so far from a weekly chart perspective. I've been stalking this gold thing and won an actual move in gold and a big break for quite some time, and just let it get away from me here. But at this point, we can look at something like a GLD, which is trading at $215. It's made the big move. I think it's a bit extended here. This week, I would like to see it maybe try and push a little bit higher here, and then ultimately, kind of fail that continuation of that rally and just let it go sideways for a little bit. Let it take a little bit of a breather here, maybe a couple of weeks, and then we'll see if we can, pick up something to do with this. It's too extended in order for me to get long, but it's also so strong that I'm not really interested in shorts in here either, because if you're on the wrong side of that and it rallies in your face 40 points like this, 50 points even, it was 50.4 range day on Friday in there, just not something in which I want to be a part of. It just sounds painful. So with that being said as well here, I think there is a real possibility for Bitcoin to maybe try and get up. These charts are super slow. For Bitcoin to maybe try and get up and test new all-time highs here this week. So when we take a look at this weekly chart here, if we can take out the red bar from last week, we can start pushing up through kind of this 70,600 area in the Bitcoin futures side of things. I think there's a legit chance this thing could rally that 3,000 points and get up there into new all-time highs. And then from there, it'll really kind of depend as to, does it hold, or are we going to kind of stall out in that area? But I like that as a first initial move, right? I think that's kind of a first initial jump for this week here, something we can pay attention to while maybe the markets are trying to figure themselves out. Now, once the markets figure themselves out and we have everything on the board, and we have tested those lower levels and we might have established ourselves a low, Amazon is going to be where I'm looking to turn to right now. Amazon showed really good strength, relative strength here on Friday, completely erasing the move from Thursday, which is a rather impressive kind of feat. So that's why it's standing out to me here. Yes, market did make a pretty decent move to the upside, but it only rallied about half of the move back. Amazon, on the other hand, took out the entire move here and is looking really, really good. And we just saw there on that weekly chart, we got room up here, all-time highs, 188.65s. I'm looking at next week being options expiration week as well, with the potential for the possibility that, hey, like maybe this thing wants to go pin at $200 for OPEX, which would be kind of cool. So at the moment, it is my top long watch, but I can't really do anything with it yet until the markets decide whether they're going to hold or fail kind of these levels just beneath where we're currently sitting at. So anyways, that's what I got for Sunday Stock Talk. That was a bit of a lengthy one, but back at the desk. Going to be free nightly videos coming right back up. voice in the Discord and all of those fun things, screen share and all of that stuff as well. So anyways, I will see those of you guys that are in the Discord. I will see you guys in there tomorrow morning, taking a look at these markets, see what we're getting. We're about to open up here in 7 minutes for the future side of things. So by the time this video renders, I'll stick around and see what's happening there. But yeah, that's what I got for tonight. Hope you guys all have a great trading week, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.